Good morning, everybody. I'm over here at the garden. And look at my zucchinis. I can honestly tell you this is the first year I've had zucchinis look this healthy and this huge. I mean, they're huge. Waiting for the flowers. That'll be next. And keep in mind, we're only here 2 months now. And the first week or two, there was no garden. So this is just basically the last month and a half. I do have peppers on one of these pepper plants. My cucumbers are doing fantastic. Again, another success. I was not successful with cucumbers before, but look at them. They're just looking wonderful. Tomatoes are so-so right now. That one on the stick right there is a volunteer, and I had to stake it up. Now, the first tomato planting seems to be doing okay. That's the ones on this fence line. I can see one I gotta tie up again. But look at that one, it's way above the fence now. These Romas are not doing good at all. The fact that they were doing great until it rained and rained and rained and they fell over, we do not have a good system to tie them up. Unless I get actual stakes cut and put in the ground, I don't think I'm going to be able to maintain those tomatoes. Turnip greens, as you can see, are doing good. The rain has stopped. We haven't had rain 3 days, bare minimum, maybe 4 now. But when you dig into this decomposed wood mulch, it's still moist in there. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is we added fencing around the garden. The dogs kept going in here, and I think our outside cat's using it as a potty. So we want to curb that a little bit because all my broccoli is pretty much decimated. And I think it's from the cat digging, but there's a few tiny, tiny ones in there yet. We'll see. I might have to replant them. We'll have to wait and see. You see I have another row of cardboard done. And we got hay mulched around all the baby trees. We got a lot more trees in. I got a mulberry here. Everything is mulched. I got a chokeberry there. A Mexican guava there. This is my burn stuff that needs to be burned. We still are not comfortable starting a fire. I got some figs, a fig there. This is a citrus, don't know what it is. Another fig, and we planted 3 apples. So this is one of them. There's 1, 2, that one doesn't look so hot. And then the third one's over here. And this is gonna be the main orchard in here. And our game plan is to get the Premier One fencing, set it up through here, and have the goats eat this down. Then I'm gonna plant some more fruit trees. And this is my Anna apple. Look at there, guys. I'd given up, but look at that growth. And of course the pear is there. We did go and we picked up last year's round of hay. The goats nibble on it a little bit. They're still getting the Timothy hay. That's real high quality. And this is what we're using for mulching trees, garden, everything. Goats, everything. So when it's gone, it's gone. And we cleaned out the goat pen. So back here, we wanted to put this away from the house and out of the way, but not too far from the garden. So this is the the hay from inside the goat house. And I'll give you a quick tour of all that too. There's a lot going on here yet, guys. So much to do. And it is so hot out here, I can't even describe it. But all my fruit trees are mulched, watered and mulched, because I had to water them all in heavy. Oh, goodness gracious. Here's Latte and Oreo. They're looking better and better. Yes, Latte. Yeah, you're a pretty girl. Latte's filling in. You can't feel her back ridge, and you can't feel her ribs. Every morning in the first couple weeks that we've had her, her sides right behind her rear legs seem to be really sunk in compared to the other 2 goats. Now that's not happening near as bad. So, and that's, I mean, their stomach is there, so if she's hungry, that's a possibility. But I just think she was underweight. They're real sweet. You can see they're not running from me. Right, Latte? Yeah, my girl. Say, rub my head, say no. They're hot, they're relaxing. They've been nibbling on stuff all morning. There's my Latte girl. Not my Latte, that's Oreo. This is Oreo girl. She's our attention hog. I can tell you guys, her coat's improved beautifully. Now we're waiting for Latte's coat to improve. When she lays down, she looks pretty wide, guys. I don't know. When she stands up, she doesn't, though. So we're still debating. Oh, look at the love. That's why we didn't separate this herd. They really love each other. Yeah, they even have more energy. They've been doing the headbutting stuff, and they tend to seem to pick on the little guy here. Right, Pilot? Right, little man? They pick on you? This is our Pilot boy. They're all doing great. Now, I notice he's starting to shed some hair, so I'm hoping he's got healthier hair coming in. He doesn't have any patches bare or anything. He's just losing a few here and there. And we also found Avon Skin So Soft. We've been putting it on them if the mosquitoes are bothering them too much, and the mosquitoes leave them alone. So, and they actually don't mind being sprayed because they know it's helping. He's such a cute little man. We call him the little man. He's got a name, but he's a little man. And this is to protect the compost, to keep the dogs out of it, because, yeah, they're raiding it. I cleaned up a small brush pile that had short sticks, so we piled that in here to break down. And you'll see that, guys, all those eggs? We found those eggs. But they were in this box over here. My pecan tree is sitting right there. Our project is this week, we're cleaning up this brush pile. We're gonna put the pool somewhere else so that this is all nice and open here and we can see the goats better from the house. And this is where the chickens had laid eggs. They had a nice little nest over there in the corner. I don't think you can see it in there. My little wren that had babies, all the babies disappeared overnight and they were just newly hatched. So let me take you in the goat pen and show you the goat house now that it's finished. We got our rain gutter up on the back of the house. We're not doing the front one because we still have a lot of work on the front side of the house. And we have a rain barrel. It goes directly into the rain barrel. It's got, well, how in the heck am I supposed to get water out of that? Anyway, it's got some valves on it. This is a quick fix, and this is the overflow. So as this one fills up, this one will fill up as well. So that's 110 gallons of water off the roof. We're still running a generator. It's just too hot to go without air. We are getting used to being out in the heat more, so that helps. Now, one of the projects, I'm not sure how he has this, so he just did this gate this morning. There we go. This here pen, the goats no longer go into. We've closed it off. We're gonna get some guineas and we're gonna put them in here, but we gotta put some chicken wire over the top first, because I want to put them in there, but I don't want them to get out. All right, Jim brought these in for the goats for climbing. Now, we knew they were climbing a set of stairs that was in their old goat pen, but we haven't seen them play on that yet. There's water. We have 2 buckets of water in here that we check multiple times a day. That's their Timothy hay that they eat at night. And as you can see there's an indent there. Somebody was laying there last night. We're trying to keep up with this. In fact, I'm going to cover that pooped area, because if they come in and start delivering babies, we don't want this to be too nasty. So we're gonna start layering fresh hay on here like every 2 or 3 days to keep it clean, so if we do get babies, we're ready for them. Now, this is an open design on purpose. And we're in Florida, so in the winter, if it gets too cold, we can just cut some more plywood and put it up here for the winter, but it'll still be ventilated up there. And let me step back here. The door is huge. There is no door. If we had to, we could cut a piece of cattle panel to fence them in. I'm not too concerned about that, and neither is Jim. And for the winter, we're gonna probably add another section like this right here to close this off so they can go in there and it'll actually stay warmer. So there are some plans for the future. I'm also thinking about putting another header up here and building a roof out further so that if it's raining, they can be in or right outside their pen. I even raked this all up yesterday, and I was shocked at how much hay was outside the pen versus inside. It still was a job. Jim and I did it together. We've been working as a team on what we can. Now, the game plan here, there is a rain barrel with a faucet. We're gonna get a couple cinder blocks, get it up in the air, and then we're gonna put a rain gutter right here. Because the roof of this goat pen is designed so the water flows this way. And we want to catch water so that when it's watering time, we don't have to carry buckets of water from the other water areas. So that was the game plan. Now, when we first got them, they only had that little section right there. That was all they had for a pen. Now they have this section and all the way up there to where you see Jim. They have all this, plus this goes around. There's a trail Jim cut so he could put fence up. So this goes all the way around, and all this brush right here is in the goats area, so they have free forage. If they want to forage, they can forage when they're in their pen. Right now, we're leaving them in their pen because they did not like being tied out. We're gonna get that other fencing in here, and we're gonna get these guys set up with some electric net fencing designed for goats so they can do more foraging for us, because that's really the purpose that we got them for, was to forage. Nothing much going on in the house. There's no real changes in there because we've been working outside. But to be honest, we're heading into, this is July 4th. And by the way, happy 4th of July. And yay for America's independence. Yes, it's awesome. Let's hope we can stay independent. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be my guinea pen. We're gonna take this pallet out and put it at that end of the goat house. And then we're gonna put a round bale on it. We're just waiting for the farmer to call. He was trying to get his hay cut. It'll be a fresh cut hay. And we're gonna put it right there, and we're gonna cover it so that the goats have hay 24/7 without us having to haul hay back and forth. We figure one for the summer and maybe one for the winter will take care of their hay needs. At least I hope it will. All right, gate is secure. That's a nice little gate he did. But the fencing is tied to this, okay? And it goes back through here. This is an area I want to put them in so they can eat all this down. But this is still fenced in. He gave them quite the space. Yeah, and the trail keeps going because our friend cut the trail. But we haven't been going on the trails at all. No energy left after working the property. But it's there. It actually goes all the way over to the 40 acres next to us and goes back to the blackberry bushes back there. Now, can't think of anything else. I'm tired. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. You're going to hear that a lot, guys. It's just the way it is in Florida. But yeah, it's coming along. The funny thing is, it smells like a farm when you're in this goat area. I love it. I grew up next to farms and I love the smell. Most people would think I'm nuts. This is the other brush pile we're going to clean up. And all this wood, pallets, it's all going to be put back here for now, out of the way, until we can get more, and then we're going to build a big shed. And once the shed's built, a lot of stuff that is in the house is going to go in that shed so the house can get more livable. But yeah, all this is going to get cleaned up. It's another day, another project. I don't think it's going to take long. The longest thing that's going to tie us up is these brush piles, because this one's small, but that one's huge. And it's just one of a few that need to be moved. And we're just going to take them over to the driveway area. And there's another brush pile there that needs to be burned, and we're going to burn them. I got 2 tomatoes here that were suckers. So I cut them off, threw them in a bucket of water, which is right there. And they rooted. So I put them in pots, so we'll have 2 more tomatoes. My cranberry hibiscus is getting really tall. Everything is doing good. Everything. I got blackberries coming on this, and it's still in the pot. But look at the blackberries. They just got to turn colors yet. Gotta love that. Oh my. I didn't get any of my flower bulbs planted because I've been prioritizing the garden, the goats, and getting my trees in the ground. Now all my trees are planted. I have a blackberry bush to go in, and then I just have the frou-frou plants for nice, and I don't know where to put them, guys. Absolutely no clue. We're working on it though. We got more stain to stain some more of the panels for the siding. I think I'm gonna have Jim set up an area right in here under the shade, because I'm under the tarp. If he can set up an area that I can work here, it'll be great. We're gonna also be moving the washing machine from there to over here, because it's closer to the wash lines and closer to the barrels of water. So that's the game plan for that. All my house plants are doing great. All right, guys, I think that's it for now. I can't think of anything else. But the woods are still charming to me, even though I'm working up here and I get tired and sore every day. We're still doing good up here. Chickens are in their coop, and they are producing eggs every day. In fact, this morning I collected yesterday's and today's eggs. There was 8 of them, so we're doing good. I also cleaned this area up. This had 2 tarps between here and over there that had disintegrated. So I cleaned it all up, and this wood's literally disintegrating because it's pine. So this is all designated for campfires, and maybe just as logs to get a fire started and hot, and then put the oak on top. We'll see what winter brings, because we still have all that oak right there. We got to start splitting. In fact, we've been talking about going and picking up a splitter so he doesn't have to be swinging axes and stuff. Oh, there's just so much all the time, so much work. I can't think of anything else, guys. All right, y'all have a great holiday today. I'll probably post this tonight or tomorrow. God bless, and don't forget, like, share, comment. I do love the feedback. Remember, we're not perfect, we're not experts, so be kind in your comments. Most of you guys are. We love you for that. And subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get notifications when I put a video up. God bless everybody. Take care.